$100. Take it and she's yours. What? You're selling me?
You don't understand what you're doing.
I know exactly what I'm doing. Please, where are you taking me?
Somewhere safe.
Safe from W8 Ut?
Here's your $100. Take her and leave. Maya froze when she heard her stepmother say those words. She looked at the man standing outside the mansion. His clothes were old. His shoes were torn. Everyone in the neighborhood called him homeless. And now, her stepmother had just sold her to him for $100. Please, Maya whispered, tears running down her face. I can work. I can pay you back. Just don't do this. But the man didn't answer. He simply picked up Maya's old suitcase and said, "Come with me." Maya had no idea where he was taking her. She didn't know why he had paid for her. And she certainly didn't know that the homeless man walking beside her was hiding a secret that would make her stepmother regret that $100 decision for the rest of her life. But before we continue, let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Because what Maya discovered the next morning changed everything. Maya Carter had once believed her family was perfect. Her father, Robert Carter, was a successful businessman. He owned a large company, a beautiful home, several properties, and enough money to make sure his only daughter would never struggle. But Robert never raised Maya to care about money. He taught her to be kind. He taught her to respect people. And most importantly, he taught her never to judge someone by their clothes. Maya remembered something her father used to tell her when she was little. People may lose their money, Maya. They may lose their homes, but never let them lose their dignity because of you. Those words stayed with her. Then, when Maya was 21, her father died. The official report said it was a heart attack. Everyone accepted it. Everyone except Maya. Something about her father's death never felt right. But she was young, heartbroken, and surrounded by people telling her to accept what had happened. A year before Robert's death, he had married Victoria. Victoria was beautiful, confident, and charming whenever other people were watching. But after Robert died, Maya saw a completely different woman. At first, it was small things. Victoria stopped calling her sweetheart. Then she started complaining about how much Maya ate. Then she began telling Maya that the house wasn't really hers. One night, Maya walked into the kitchen and found Victoria going through her father's old papers. "What are you looking for?" Maya asked. Victoria quickly closed the folder. "Nothing. That belongs to my father." Victoria looked at her coldly. "Your father is dead, Maya." Those words hurt more than Maya expected. Victoria continued, "And dead people don't own anything." Maya never forgot that moment. But she still didn't understand why Victoria seemed so desperate to control everything her father had left behind. Until one evening, Maya overheard conversation. Victoria was speaking to a man on the phone. "I can't wait forever," Victoria whispered. There was a pause. Then she said, "She doesn't know anything." Maya froze outside the bedroom door. Who was Victoria talking about? And what did Maya know? Before she could hear more, Victoria opened the door. Their eyes met. Victoria's face changed. And from that night on, everything became worse. Victoria began treating Maya like a stranger. She took away her car. She canceled her bank card. She told the house staff not to prepare meals for her. Then she gave Maya a small room at the back of the house. The same house where Maya had grown up. One evening, Maya finally confronted her. "Why are you doing this?" Victoria didn't even look at her. "Doing what? You've changed." Victoria laughed. "Maybe I'm just tired of pretending." Maya's eyes filled with tears. "Pretending what? That you belong here." Maya felt as if someone had punched her. "This is my father's house." Victoria turned around. "No, this is my house. He built it, and he's dead." The room became silent. Then Victoria stepped closer. "You should be grateful I allowed you to stay this long." Maya couldn't believe what she was hearing. "Where am I supposed to go?" Victoria shrugged. "That isn't my problem." Maya walked away crying. She spent that night in her room thinking about her father. She remembered how safe she had felt when he was alive. She remembered his voice, his hugs, his promise that she would always have a home. But now she was living in the same house and somehow felt homeless. She didn't know that the next morning would change her life forever. At 7 in the morning, Maya heard a car outside. She looked through the window. A dark vehicle was parked in front of the mansion. A man stepped out. Maya recognized him immediately. Daniel, the homeless man from downtown. She had seen him many times. He often sat near the old train station. Sometimes people gave him food. Sometimes they ignored him. But there was something strange about him. He never begged. He never chased people. He simply sat there quietly. Maya wondered why he was at her house. Then she heard Victoria shouting. Maya rushed downstairs. Victoria was standing at the front door. Daniel stood outside. He looked calm. Victoria looked angry. I already told you, Victoria said. I don't want problems. Daniel looked past her. I came for what you promised. Maya stopped. What had Victoria promised? Victoria turned toward Maya. Maya, get your suitcase. Maya stared at her. What? Get your suitcase. What? Victoria's voice became cold. Because you're leaving. Maya looked at Daniel. Then back at Victoria. Where am I going? Victoria Smythe. Ask your new owner. Maya's face went white. No. Victoria crossed her arms. You have nowhere else to go. Then Daniel reached into his pocket. He pulled out some cash. $100. He placed it in Victoria's hand. Maya's world shattered. Maya followed Daniel because she had nowhere else to go. But the entire time, one question kept burning inside her mind. Why? Why would a homeless man pay money for her? When they reached the car, Maya stopped. Where are we going? Somewhere safe. Safe from what? Daniel didn't answer. Maya looked back toward the mansion. Victoria was still standing there, and she was smiling. Not a sad smile, not a guilty smile, a relieved smile. That frightened Maya more than anything. Daniel started walking. Maya followed. After several minutes, they reached an old black car. Maya stared at it. You have a car? Daniel opened the passenger door. Get in. She hesitated. Then she remembered the mansion. She got inside. The car was clean. There was no trash, no smid. Everything was carefully organized. Maya looked around. This didn't make sense. Daniel climbed into the driver's seat. Maya stared at him. If you're homeless, how do you have a car like this? Daniel looked at her. Who told you I'm homeless? Maya didn't answer. He started the engine. For the next several minutes, neither spoke. Then Maya noticed something on the dashboard. A photograph. Her father was standing beside a younger Daniel. Maya grabbed it. Her heart began pounding. Where did you get this? Daniel quickly took it from her. Give me that. That's my father. Silence. Maya stared at him. You knew him. Daniel looked straight ahead. Yes. Ow. Daniel didn't answer. Maya's voice became louder. How did you know my father? Finally, Daniel said, Your father saved my life. Maya froze. What? Daniel continued driving. He was the reason I survived. Then why didn't I know you? Daniel's hands tightened around the steering wheel. Because your father wanted it that way. Maya stared at him. Why would her father hide this man from her? And why was Daniel suddenly acting as if her life depended on keeping the past secret? Daniel eventually stopped at a small house outside the city. Maya stepped inside. She expected something poor. Instead, she found a clean, comfortable home. There was food in the kitchen, fresh clothes on the bed, and a small room prepared for her. Maya turned toward Daniel. Who are you? Daniel didn't answer. Instead, he walked to a cabinet. He opened it. Then he pulled out an old envelope. He handed it to Maya. She stared at the handwriting. Her heart began pounding. She knew that handwriting. It belonged to her father. Her hands trembled as she opened the envelope. Inside was a letter. Only a few words were written. Maya, if you're reading this, something has gone terribly wrong. Do not trust anyone in the house. Maya's eyes filled with tears. Her father had written this before he died. But why? She looked at Daniel. What happened to him? Daniel looked away. I wasn't there when he died. Then who was? Silence. Maya's voice broke. Daniel, please. He finally looked at her. Your father was investigating someone. Who? Daniel didn't answer. Maya stepped closer. Who was he investigating? Daniel whispered one word. Victoria. Maya stopped breathing. Her stepmother. The woman who had raised her. The woman who had just sold her for $100. Could she really have something to do with her father's death? The next morning, Maya returned. The mansion looked exactly the same. But this time, she saw it differently. Every hallway reminded her of something. Every room held a memory. Her father's office was locked. She had never been allowed inside after his death. Maya stood in front of the door. Then she noticed something, a small scratch near the lock. Someone had opened it recently. She pushed the door. It opened. Inside, everything was covered in dust. But on the desk was a fresh envelope. Maya picked it up. It contained one sentence. The person you trust most is not who you think. Maya's heart raced. She immediately thought of Daniel. Could he have been lying too? Could he have another reason for helping her? Suddenly, the mystery became even bigger. Who could she trust? Victoria? Daniel? Or no one? Then she heard footsteps behind her. She turned. Victoria was standing in the doorway, and she was holding a gun. Maya froze. Victoria didn't raise the weapon. She simply held it at her side. "I never wanted this," Victoria whispered. Maya's voice shook. "You stole my father's money." Victoria's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, you lied to me. Yes, you made me believe my father didn't leave me anything." Victoria looked down. "Yes. Did you kill him?" Victoria didn't answer. Maya stepped closer. "Did you kill my father?" Victoria finally looked at her. "No." Maya exhaled. But then Victoria added, "But I knew they were going to." Maya's face went pale. "Who?" Victoria began crying. "The man your father trusted." She explained that Robert had discovered the company was being robbed from inside. He planned to expose them, but they found out. Victoria was threatened. They told her that if she didn't cooperate, Maya would die too. "So you chose yourself?" Victoria shook her head. "I thought I was protecting you. You sold me for $100. Victoria cried. Because they were coming for you." Maya stared at her. "You could have told me. I was afraid. You should have protected me." Victoria had no answer. Then a voice came from behind them. "She's right." Daniel stepped into the room. Victoria's face turned white. Daniel walked into the room wearing the same old gray hoodie. But this time, he wasn't alone. 2 lawyers stood behind him, and a police officer stood beside them. Victoria stared at him. "No." Daniel looked at her. "You should have told the truth years ago." Victoria whispered, "Who are you?" Daniel reached into his pocket. He pulled out an identification card. Maya stared. Daniel wasn't a homeless man. He was Daniel Brooks, the former chief financial investigator for Robert Carter's company. He had spent years secretly gathering evidence against the people who had stolen Robert's money. He had deliberately disappeared from public life. He dressed like a homeless man. He lived quietly. He watched. He waited. And he protected Maya from a distance. Maya could barely speak. "You were never homeless." Daniel smiled sadly. "No. Then why did you let everyone think you were?" "Because the people who hurt your father were still watching." Maya's eyes filled with tears. "And the $100? Daniel looked at Victoria. That was the price she demanded. Then he looked at Maya. "But I wasn't buying you. I was buying you enough time to save you." Maya began crying. For the first time since her father's death, she felt safe. The evidence was enough. The people who had stolen from Robert's company were arrested. The missing money was recovered. Victoria was arrested for fraud and obstruction. But before she was taken away, she asked to speak with Maya. Maya stood in front of her. Victoria looked broken. "I am sorry." Maya didn't answer. "I know you may never forgive me." Maya looked at her. "You're right." Victoria began crying. "But I want you to know something." Maya waited. Victoria whispered, "Your father loved you more than anything." Maya's eyes filled with tears. "I know." Then she walked away. Not because she had stopped caring, but because she finally understood something. Forgiveness didn't mean pretending the betrayal never happened. Sometimes forgiveness simply meant refusing to let someone else's actions control the rest of your life. Months later, Maya stood outside her father's company. The building that had once represented pain now represented something different. A new beginning. She had taken control of the company, but she changed it. She created programs to help struggling families. She created scholarships for young women, and she opened a shelter for people who had nowhere to go. One afternoon, Maya visited Daniel. She found him sitting outside a small cafe. This time, he wasn't wearing the old gray hoodie. Maya smiled. "You look different." Daniel laughed. "So do you." Maya sat beside him. I still can't believe you paid $100 for me. Daniel shook his head. I didn't pay for you. Maya smiled. I know. He looked at her. I paid for time. What do you mean? Time for you to survive long enough to discover the truth. Maya looked toward the street. She thought about the night she had walked away from the mansion with one suitcase. She thought about how small and helpless she had felt. She had believed her life was over. But it wasn't. It was only beginning. And perhaps that was the greatest lesson of all. Sometimes the people who hurt us believe they're destroying our future. They don't realize they may be pushing us toward the life we were always meant to have. Maya had been sold for $100, but her worth had never been $100. It had never been $1 million. It couldn't be measured by money at all. Her father had known that. Daniel had known that. And eventually, Maya learned it too. She looked at Daniel. Why did you really help me? He smiled. Because your father asked me to. Maya's eyes filled with tears. And if he hadn't, Daniel paused. Then he said, I would have helped you anyway. Maya smiled. For the first time in years, she felt something she had almost forgotten. Peace. But as she walked away, Daniel looked down at the old photograph of Robert Carter. There was one final secret he had never told Maya. A secret her father had asked him to keep until the right time. Daniel looked at the photograph and whispered, I am sorry, Robert. She isn't ready yet. And suddenly, the story wasn't over. Because if Daniel was still hiding something, what else had Maya's father kept from his daughter? And why'd he told Daniel to wait? Perhaps one day, Maya would find out. But for now, she finally had something her stepmother could never take from her again. Her freedom. And now I want to ask you something. If you were Maya, could you forgive Victoria after everything she did? Would you have trusted Daniel after discovering that he had lied about being homeless? And most importantly, do you think Maya's father was right to keep the truth from her? Tell me your answer in the comments. Because sometimes the people who look like they have nothing are the ones carrying the greatest secrets. And sometimes the person who betrays you ends up pushing you toward the life you were meant to live.